You're listening to Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live on Humble House Radio.
Peoples, welcome to Houseology Live.
Man,
Check.
What's up, guys? We got Rave Daddy in the building. What's up, Rave Daddy?
Hey, how are you?
Daddy.
I'm good, man. Good to see you.
Another weekend coming out of here, and
Yeah.
I did nothing this weekend. I had nothing going on. I had nothing planned, so therefore I was a complete vegetable and did absolutely nothing.
That's a good thing sometimes.
I do like that
Everybody
sometimes.
needs to relax, you know? I need it. It's coming, though.
Yeah.
I need my weekend, soon. But not this weekend. We got some really exciting news. Yo,
of cool
Embrace.
What it do?
What's up, DJ?
What
Embrace.
up, doe? What up, doe?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, yo.
Yeah, you've had a busy last week, man. You've been around. You got the scoops. You've seen,
I was
the things that's
outside.
happened.
I was outside. What they
He
say?
was
We
outside.
Yeah, we was outside.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was cool. It was busy since Wednesday.
I love that. Well, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
wait to catch up,
Yeah.
about all of that. And before we get into the segment, man, we got to let you guys know that this episode is brought to you by Baycare Sounds.
Yes.
We have just made a great partnership with Baycare Sounds where we're going to give away 2 free tickets to Elderbrook this Saturday.
It's gonna be a good time.
Oh, man, at Baycare Sounds. That's
I
going to
love
be
Elderbrook
amazing.
too.
I do too. I'm excited. I'm excited for this, and future shows too. So we're gonna jump into this quick commercial break, brought to you by Baycare Sounds, and we'll be.
No, not yet.
Oh,
you
well-
didn't tell me we're gonna do that. Hold on a second.
So just to let you guys know, in order to grab tickets today, you're gonna have to be following Humble House Records, Baycare Sounds, and Houseology Live, and tag 3 friends, and we're gonna put your name into a raffle. And we're going to pick the raffle after the raffle ends at Thursday at noon. And then we're going to pick a winner by 6 o'clock that night, Thursday night.
So if they call in right now,
If they
we'll
call
write
in
their
right
name
now, we're
down.
going to write they're automatically in.
Automatically in.
727-342-0550.
Say that again.
727-342-0550.
There you go.
And that's going to that gets you an automatic entry into the raffle for a free ticket to see Elderbrook at Baycare Sounds.
Some days I just sit down and everything goes exactly the way I want it to. And you guys always know this. And then other days I sit down and it's like, meh.
It's Mondays, man.
That's kind of how things are gonna go. But
We've come to expect it on Mondays.
Oh, thank you.
Not-
Well, I appreciate you have that kind of confidence in my work. You've just come to expect it now. That's great to hear, sir.
No.
I'm going to remember that next time you ask me how your set was.
No, shoot. No, you know what? You got me once already, man. You got me. You were like, oh, that's what the hell are you playing? And then you just walk away. I'm like, wait. And they're all moving. And okay. I see what you're doing.
Well, I try.
So for those who don't know who Elderbrook is, what kind of music is Elderbrook?
Oh, good question. Elderbrook is like melodic,
Okay.
progressive house. Melodic techno, progressive house.
Okay.
House is what I would
Yeah.
classify him in.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Elderbrook? Are you
I've never
familiar?
seen Elderbrook live. I'm familiar with the music.
I've never seen him live. I think Sam has, but I am familiar with the music. I love
Yep.
it. It falls into like that kind of chill vibe that I like.
Jam band, electro.
Yeah.
It kind of died down with Pretty Lights. Like one of
Okay.
the greats to do it's Pretty
Yeah,
Lights.
and
all that
Pretty
stuff.
Lights kind of just took
Yeah.
a hiatus, and maybe they're back, and maybe they're not. Maybe they're back, maybe they're
Yeah.
not.
So
I don't
you'll
know
get
why
that
my
kind of
microphone
vibe
sounds
if you're
so
familiar
bad
with
today.
Pretty Lights at Elderbrook.
Ah, okay.
You know what? Now I'm good.
Okay,
we can do
so
this
we're
now.
going to take a quick commercial break brought to you by the sponsor of this episode, Baycare Sounds. We'll be right back.
Electronic musician and DJ Elderbrook makes his Clearwater debut at the Baycare Sound with support from Eli and Fur and Jarrow for the Another Touch North American Tour on Saturday, May 10th. Hear hits from Elderbrook's Another Touch album, including Places, Glad I Found You, Shallow Water, and more. Tickets on sale now. Visit thebaycaresound.com, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience.
Check.
No, there we go. Now we're back.
Hello.
All right.
So that was Elderbrook's promo for Baycare Sounds, which he will be there this Saturday, at Baycare Sounds. And Sam said he plays live and he sings live.
Oh, nice.
So that's cool. That's
So
exciting.
you turn my volume up on my mic?
Yeah, I will.
Like electronic
Thank you, sir.
drums or
Mine
something.
sounds terrible. I can't.
I can
I'm
barely hear
eating my
myself.
microphone.
Yeah.
Like not in a good way either. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. She said we're back.
All right, cool.
So you want to introduce our?
Oh, yeah.
guest for a
So
second
our
before-
special guest for this evening, it's going
Actually, I
to
think
be.
that's just you because you're like redlining right now. So.
Oh, yeah. It is just. Now we're better. Now we're better.
Yeah.
Now I'm eating my mic.
Well, you gotta. You can turn your volume up too. Maybe it's just volume's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're louder than mine.
Okay.
You're
good.
good.
'cause you're
oh,
getting
it's
mine
probably
too.
just the volume on mine.
Yeah.
Where's the mic from for it? This one?
I don't know whatever number.
All right. No worries. We're good. There we go. All right. Cool.
Once
So
again, I always get blamed, and then
yeah, no, we're good. We're golden. So the guest for this evening is going to be Mile High, DJ out of Tampa. I think he's a fresh college graduate. He might have went to UT, but we'll get all the details. He's a DJ, producer, manager, pilot, and he's going to talk about his journey. Sound like he had a short journey. So
Okay.
we'll get into it. Young kid who's doing his thing. So
Yeah, anybody who's ambitious deserves the right to do whatever it is they're ambitious about.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me fix my cable.
Oh,
Check.
You can use those headphones
Uh-oh.
right there.
see that it's those converters. Those
Check,
for
check,
some
check.
odd reasons, those are kind of weird.
Try those headphones right there.
You know, we're okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
So we got
Monday.
Mile High coming
There we
in, DJ, producer, manager, pilot. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Recent college graduate. All right. So we'll get into that here shortly at the top of the hour.
We can recap.
We will recap
Yeah.
Concrete Jungle. Yo, my dude, you opened up solid.
I appreciate that. Yo,
Solid.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my debut at Concrete Jungle. And I was thrown a curveball because I didn't know I was going to open. So I find out the set list Thursday evening, which I'm totally fine. I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
Right? So you just got to prep and,
Dig.
you know.
I like that. I'm
Yeah.
totally fine. I'm a DJ. This
I'm
is
a-
my
Yeah,
birthday.
because some
This is
people
what I
don't.
do for a living.
Yeah, some people don't pass the vibe check, and if they get an opening set and they start playing like it's 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and people are downstairs eating and they
Yeah.
just want to vibe.
Yeah.
Correct.
You
And
know?
that's something you have to watch, especially if you're playing upstairs at Concrete Jungle too, is because you got to chill it out. You got to play some deep.
Yeah.
Well,
And then-
Concrete Jungle, any location, any genre, if you're an open DJ, you don't play like it's 12 o'clock.
No.
Yes, correct.
No.
You know what I mean? So that's why when I said like I'm a DJ, if you're a DJ, you should know that.
Yeah.
But some people don't know
Yeah.
that, you know?
So, well, that's good. That's coming with the culture, and you did it proper.
Thanks, man.
It was good.
Appreciate it, appreciate
It led right up to Mishi. No, yeah, Mishi
Mishi,
went right
she
after
threw
you.
down.
She killed it. Just amplified the. You guys did it. You guys did exactly
Yes.
what you're supposed to do. Like you boom, 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 brought the level up sky high.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, boom, 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 baby. And then Salvador or Parker went after
Parker
Mishi.
crushed it. Shout out to
Salvador Parker. Did we have that on the line?
Salvatore Parker.
Salvador Parker.
That's a new.
Those
That's
are
a
two
new.
different people, folks. There's Salvatore and then
Yes.
there's Parker.
Yes, Parker Sedgwick came on after
Mm-hmm.
Mishi, and then Salvador AM closed it.
Yep.
And he killed it.
Real quick, man. Y'all got to clean up them floors up at Concrete Jungle, bro.
They be coming in there with a mess, man.
My boy fell down the stairs. He might have a
Oh,
lawsuit
no.
on his hands.
no.
Cuz.
Oh no.
Do you know
Yeah.
how many girls fall down those steps every
Bruh.
first Friday?
So yeah, it's
Oh, you guys
crazy.
missed it. Actually, there was actually a girl. These two girls. It's always the party buses,
Yes.
Every weekend is.
Oh yeah, they pull up.
We get so on first Fridays for some strange inexplicable reason, we always end up having all these party buses. And I said to Volume the other day, I go, you know what? There must be like a university thing or something that everybody's doing, and they get a party bus every weekend, and then it's St. Pete, downtown St. Pete for First Friday or something along
Yep.
those lines, right? And there's these two girls in there, and one of them slips and falls, and then instead of getting up, she starts like acting like she's swimming across
Oh,
the
wow.
floor, which was an immediate, okay, you gotta go.
Yeah,
It's time
yeah.
for you to go.
We can't.
Then they
spy
go out,
anymore.
but then their other girl, so the guys are like, "Nah, you guys are gone." And then she wants back, and they're trying to pull the door out of the security guard's the hand and everything, not letting him back in. Then they run away. Then they come back and start kicking it. Then they run away again. Then they come back and start kicking the door. And then they've got their camera now and they're recording. Somebody's trying to get in the concrete jungle that can't get in because they're holding the door shut because these two crazy drunk, out of their mind girls are trying to get into the club and holding
that was
the
this
camera.
Friday?
Yeah, yes, and then holding the camera in the other patron's face that's trying to get inside and harassing him because they want to get in, and then security pushes them away again. Then they run away, and then she literally just starts kicking the glass of the door, and then finally,
that's crazy.
One of their friends from the party bus comes over and finally drags them away. And I'm just saying,
why did security guard like push her away from the door? Or, like,
right. Well, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And then by the way, when she's harassing the patron that wants to get in, he kind of pushes her out of the way with his arm like this.
Okay, so the other patron can get in.
And then it gets up in his face. Don't you fucking touch me? Don't you? And I'm like, oh, okay, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can touch this. You can touch the bouncers. You can touch the other patrons. You can try to break the door. But as soon as he pushes you out of the way because you're being an obnoxious, rude, drunk individual.
Yeah, let's
and
not
now
have
suddenly your
concrete turn
fault.
into that. Concrete is not that place.
And I'm telling you, if you
So
guys
we
are going
gotta
to go
stop that.
out, if you guys are going to go out and you're going to take your friends out and you're going to let your friends get that insanely
Take 'em to
over
$5.
the top. Yep. That's funny.
No, stop by us first.
You
and then
guys,
Stop by us first.
you need to be responsible for your friends. Do not let your friends do that. You need to corral your friends up and
Yep.
throw them back on the party bus. Or better yet, don't fucking take them out.
Exactly. PSA.
Yes,
PSA.
that's where I was going with that. I was totally gone on the PSA.
No,
Yeah,
listen, it needs to happen. You know, we end up helping, clean up. Thank you, Rave Daddy, for helping, manage that mess. That
was
at night.
ridiculous.
But
Yeah,
that
that's
was crazy.
And we've seen, and
But
this
it's
is
First
our-
Friday. It's
Right.
kind of like
It's
First
more-
Fridays are a little off.
The
it's
more litty.
almost
Yeah.
It's almost like a ritual for the
For sure.
for the to get that wasted.
Yep.
On First Friday. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, hey, listen, it's St. Pete culture.
Yep,
It's in there now.
How was your
Speaking
weekend?
of St. Pete culture,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
we had a conversation about St. Pete versus Tampa culture,
We did.
right?
Right before we got on.
Right before we, and we feel like there is definitely a difference.
Yeah, and if you want to chime in this conversation real quick, give us your opinion. What's better, St. Pete or Tampa? And you tell us why.
Yeah.
Call us.
727-342-0550.
Once more for the time in the back.
727-342-0550.
So Thursday, let's talk about the recap. So Thursday, Rufus the Soul was here.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes.
Everybody I know and all the videos I saw,
Yep.
they said it was one of the best shows they ever seen. Rufus doesn't let down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
he doesn't. He's
okay.
pretty good. He's
I
pretty
love
good.
that. The videos I saw, everybody was moving.
Yep.
It was a great show, good looking show.
Yep. So the debate is, like, I was at M-Bird Thursday, and it was just, how M-Bird is. M-Bird is the more higher end, classier type of people, and people really
Okay.
don't. They don't dance a little bit. They don't shake. They don't
Yeah, they
move.
gotta
They
move.
don't groove.
Are you
know what I
okay?
mean?
Or are you having should I call the ambulance? Is there an issue over there?
Whatever it needs to shake that out of them, they need to groove, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the vibe that I do get every time I go
Why
to
they not
M-Bird.
grooving over there?
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
I don't know.
'Cause I come over here, I see a lot. When people are moving, if it's not two stepping, there's the whole shufflers, there's clappers, there's all kinds of
Clackers.
stuff.
And
Clackers.
DJ Unknown was DJing. He's fired. The music was tight. And me and NJP, our last guest, went and we was having a good time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So shout out to NJP. I know he made it back home. Funny story. He works at the a place where my sister works at.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so it was like it's crazy as shit. But anyways, so yeah, we're grooving. Nobody else is they're just taking photos and looking pretty, and everybody looking real sexy. But
Yeah, but you
This-
got
that
it
you gotta
still
groove.
sexy and still.
yeah,
That's
and like
crazy.
when you come over here to like Concrete Jungle or Saigon or wherever,
they
everybody's-
were grooving.
I was having a good time.
People were moving
Yeah,
all
yeah.
night. It was
They
great.
were.
They
They
were
were.
really accepting the music that was happening.
Yep. But would you say that's a Tampa versus St. Pete thing, or is that just a?
No, because it's not like I've never seen a still crowd in St. Pete. All the years I've DJ'd here, I have, of
Yeah.
course. But not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot. And big ups to everybody who's trying to bring the culture, the house music, techno, EDM culture, electronic music culture over to another, to a new area, a new
Yeah.
crowd. They're putting in that footwork.
They are.
And it's
They
going
are.
to take a while, so don't give up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
For sure.
it's going to take a while. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. You have to get people into a rhythm of something
I think so too.
for them to
Yes.
start accepting it, because they're already accepted.
Yep.
The mainstream music, the hip hop, the pop, and all that stuff that they get fed daily.
Yeah.
You know, so
People are followers. People are followers.
You
So
have
if they
to just-
see
yeah.
other people doing it,
Yep.
then they'll follow along. But yeah.
You know, I was just chatting with my friend over the weekend, and I said, if you think about it, because we were talking about John Summit, and I asked him what he wanted me to play on the pill by the pool, and he was like, John Summit. I was like, really? I was like, and then we were just chatting about that, and I said, but you know what? Most of these big DJs that go big, because we were listening to one of John Summit's more vocal tracks, and it's just the music that gets big are the tracks that are most. It's all big room and main stage. That's what I'm getting at. It's all big room.
Yep.
Like you're never ever. It's very unlikely. I won't say never ever, but it's very unlikely that you're going to hear like a Black Velvet track or Green
Velvet.
Jesus, Green Velvet. Hi,
Black
caramba.
Velvet. Yeah.
That's a whiskey, isn't it?
That's funny. Yeah.
And that's also a song from the 90s. Anyways,
It is.
but you're never gonna hear those kind of tracks on FM radio. It's just highly unlikely.
Yeah.
You're going to hear the vocal tracks to go big. So part of John Summit's huge rise to fame isn't just because maybe he's a great EDM producer or something like that, but simply because he's playing tracks that are big room main stage, and big room main stage stuff ends up, that's what gets played on FM radio.
Yep. And it's cool and all, but it's so much more culture than that. It's so much more deeper than that, and people
There is a lot
should
more
be
to it.
really open to accepting that. I think they should be. I figure if you really come outside of your house to want to dance and move, what's stopping you? Just because it's something you don't know?
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right,
And if
right.
the audience wants to come out and just be out just to be out, just because they have a nice outfit on, then go ahead. But
Yeah.
Right. Well, and so that was some of the complaints about Rufus. Like people were going on social media and going on and on and on. It's like, oh, you should see the people out here. It's like a mini Coachella, and everybody's dressed the same, and everybody. And I'm like, well, again, we were just saying this before the show. Times change, man.
Yeah.
People change.
Yeah.
It's been like you were 30 20 years ago, and these kids are 27. So so if we dial it back to when you were 27, we're talking 25 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot has changed in
Yeah.
25 years.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like I said before this show, the laptop that is sitting in front of me was like a $1,200 laptop. In 1990, I couldn't even do this with a laptop, and it would have been a $5,000 piece of equipment to
Yep.
even get close to it. So you're mad because kids, and we're not going to go down that route. I'm just doing this I'm making a point between the kids. You're mad because the kids can DJ, and everybody gets to DJ now because of controllers and
Yeah.
CDJs and all that shit. Well, yeah, because that's where the technology
That's
goes.
where the technology is.
Like, grow the fuck up and either do better, or help the younger kids, or shut the fuck up. Quite
Exactly.
frankly, I mean,
you're
seriously,
going to get left behind. Like, if
it's
you don't
just
grow with
like-
the times, you're just going to get left
like
behind.
you're
It is
mad
what it
because
is. Yeah.
supposedly there's no plur. You're mad because there's or the kids are being mean to each other. Da 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 da. Stuff like it's a different culture.
It's a different culture.
You wouldn't be mad at somebody. Be mad at Ultra
It's a
because
se-
be
a
mad at
separate
Ultra
culture.
for the prices and the crowd that they attract and the way they sell it, and that because they want the
Yep.
people to be money. Be mad at EDC where it attracts shitty. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said shitty, but it attracts lots of fucked up young kids who just are out to go do exactly that, and they're not really necessarily there because of the music and things like that. And these big companies know exactly who they're attracting. And guess
Yeah.
what? When you're making $85,000 a year in Tampa Bay, or this other, or Insomniac is making billions a year having these festivals. When you're making $1 billion, come talk to me about what a festival should be like.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what? It's
Absolutely.
just like, and I see this debate all the time, and it's some of my good friends and stuff like that, and I love all of them, and all of them are great people, and all of them have good intentions by what they're saying. But again, in the end, it's just coming down to this. When I was a younger lad, people were nice to each other, and plur existed,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, okay, but.
So keep it
It's-
alive. So
yeah.
keep it going and
Fine.
do your plur thing. Do
Maybe
your plur duty.
instead of
duty.
once again, as I said before, instead of ridiculing the younger kids and telling them how
Just
shitty they
embrace
are
it.
and how bad they are,
Just embrace
either
it.
kind of help them, or maybe say, "Yo, that's not cool," or be there to help them out, or give them advice how you think they could DJ better, or show them how you could DJ better. If you want them to scratch, maybe say they could scratch, but just because they don't scratch doesn't make them a shitty DJ. Blah blah blah
Exactly.
blah blah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Blah blah blah.
There
blah,
are
blah.
standards, though. but whether we could all just help each other.
Right.
You know?
Well,
For
the standard is what's got blurred.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's mad about. The
Yeah.
standard, because we have a lot of average, and then when you have a lot of average, it fills the pool, and then everybody thinks average is what it's supposed to be like.
Right.
There's a meme I saw yesterday. It was like the world has now 9 billion DJs.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's like population.
Yeah.
But yeah, real quick before we go off of this, I really wanted to get your opinion. I had a really great conversation with this dude I met who just moved down here from Nebraska. He known a lot of big DJs, but whatever. But the conversation we got into was what's more successful, the music or the performer, or the DJ or the producer, right?
Oh, well, those are all different things.
So the DJ is the performer, the music
Yes.
is the producer. Who's going to have a more successful career? A good DJ or a good producer?
Well, I think Dosh Berlin answers that question. Right.
You're
there.
talking about today.
No,
Today.
No,
We're
Dosh,
talking about
no.
today.
Dosh Berlin was a year ago, or maybe two max. Dosh Berlin was Jeffrey Satoris was the head of Dosh Berlin, who was the performer. And everybody loved him.
Good
and
DJ, right?
Jeffrey is a
Great DJ, right?
great guy, good DJ.
Yes.
But the people that were writing all the songs were the other two guys. Nobody knew that Dosh Berlin were three people.
Yeah.
Well, let's just talk about single DJ versus single producer. If you're starting off,
I mean, I call them both artists.
Well, we're not saying that.
No,
We're saying so that when I say a DJ is a performer. He performs at a club. He performs. Perfect example. We were saying,
But a producer doesn't perform.
so will that producer have a better career than a DJ?
If we're talking now, see, but you're asking the wrong question. A producer, well, what's Michael Jackson? He produced music and performed.
We're talking about strictly DJ.
No. But you're asking a question that's
well,
blurred.
well, let me elaborate. Carl
Okay.
Cox, he is known for his DJing.
And a producer.
But not before. He was famous as a DJ before he even did anything
Yes.
production wise.
Yes.
So many of us, I think, are too in this room.
So I think the real question is if the producer ever going to be a performer, because the DJ will.
The DJ will. And your audience will not go see a producer who can't DJ more than once. But they will go
I don't
see
know
a DJ
because
who can't produce.
what's his name? What's his name with the mask? Sickick.
Sickick.
He was a producer. Didn't really ever DJ until recently, and I still have my reservations about.
Well,
People
the
go
majority
see
of
him.
it is
They go see him to
recorded, from what I
perform.
understand.
But they go see
They-
Sickick because he got big off TikTok, which is a performance, which is a DJ.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah.
And
But he didn't technically DJ. That's the thing.
He didn't technically DJ.
Yeah, no.
And
he
well,
just
from what I
produced
understand-
these short blips, and then he produces a set with those
that's pre-recorded mostly.
with those
Yes.
mashups.
He's basically
mashup.
just transitioning.
Yeah.
So-
You know.
and when we call producing, I don't want to say the
But
mashup
David Guetta
producer.
admitted to that too. He
sorry,
even
who?
showed a video. David Guetta one day showed a video how he would literally take
yeah.
a song and then copy
Yeah.
and paste chunks
Yeah, yeah.
onto it so he could mix it easier.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, we're watching him on the big stage thinking he's doing all this shit live, but he's
Yeah.
actually
Right.
he's not completely recorded the set, but in most
It's-
cases
it's
they
most-
are.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's prep.
But he's making it easier for himself to get from track to track so
sure.
he can do it more flawlessly, which rolls back to something I've always brought up because of technology. I would rather produce a product that my listeners and people are paying for are happy with than go up there and shoot from the hip every single time and risk fucking it up. And then you got people in the audience going, "This is what I really just paid $30 for."
Well, preparation is different than pushing a button and pretending to do it,
Yes.
Yes, true.
which
Okay, yeah, that's
is
true.
what Sickick does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got big off of
I've
mashups.
I've
right?
seen it.
Like, it's
firsthand.
like a mashup, like DJ producer, right? Is that
Yes.
what his claim to
Yes.
fame was?
But I think he is learning or learned how to actually DJ if he wanted
Yes.
to. But I think it's easier for him to not.
oh, for sure.
You know, I think it would be better for him not because he's a performer.
Yep.
I feel, and I think that what made him blow up, being that performer.
Yes.
You know, in conjunction with being a producer. If he was just Sickick doing that production, I don't think anybody would know about
Yeah.
it.
And I was watching this video on Live Nation. They were saying the old artists, like not just DJs, artists, they used to make albums and then go on tour to promote that album.
Right.
Correct.
Now they go on tour to promote, to make money. They make songs
Yes.
to go on tour or whatever.
It's an entertainment vibe.
yeah, it totally
It-
flopped.
And so I've talked to many friends, even my roommate I've had this conversation with. He's a fairly well-known rhythm producer, and then he grumbles and stuff about going out and performing. But this is what you do, bro. Like, I mean, honestly, you are a DJ or were a DJ or however you want to put it into perspective. I mean, why I say were when you transitioned to being a producer, but
DJ first and then transition.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I mean, this is what you do. Like, and this just goes back to the old adage I've told people before. This is your job. This is what you do. Like, you decided one day you wanted to stand behind decks and get attention in front of 10,000 people and play music.
Okay.
And now you're complaining because you don't want to do it anymore, or you don't think you need to do it anymore. And I'm like, no. This is your job.
Yeah.
You are a performer and an entertainer, and also you are an artist and a producer.
And a good person can do both. Like, at the end of the day, you have to be to be the top, you have to be a great producer, a great DJ. People pay money to go see you DJ.
So when I was, I closed at the first Techno and Tequila event, which was last Tuesday, and it went.
That was great.
It went phenomenal. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
That whole show was ace from top to
Let
bottom.
me get an untimed sound effect in there.
Yeah, that show was very, very good. From my kids loved it. Yeah, there we go.
You know, it Carson and I Awake and I were thrilled with it and everything. It went really well. We had a great turnout. It was touching to see so many of our friends come out.
Was the tacos good?
The tacos were phenomenal.
Let's talk about the tacos.
Now, in all fairness to anyone that was there, we realized there were a couple things missing. Like, due to lack in communication, we didn't have any vegetarian options, and there were a few things missed.
Okay.
But we're going to have that corrected next time, and we're going to have...
when the next one?
What, is somebody calling?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay, let me see if I can get it. Oh, it's not. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail,
Cole,
press 2.
Vanity.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Cole,
is it him again?
what's up, Cole?
What up, though?
Hold on, I forgot to press 1.
Oh. Cole, what's up, man?
What up,
Is he there
though?
Is he there?
What up?
There he is.
Yo. You know we got to put you in for the tickets now that you called, right?
Yes, 2 weeks in a row, too. I'm on a streak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
man.
are. I love that, brother. Thank you for calling in.
For sure. How you living? How you feeling?
Yeah, for sure. I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest. Sorry, I'm literally laying in a hospital bed right now. I had my last surgery today.
Hey,
love that for you.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I thought he sounds a little like he's
Feeling
been in
great about
surgery.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you calling us?
Yeah.
You calling us right out of surgery, bro?
Yeah.
You know that Kanye West through the wire? You should make a rap song.
I think those pain pills are still working.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they definitely are.
Yeah. Good, man.
Same pills and straight to the IV, too. So, I'm
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
pretty great.
Yeesh, man. Well, we love you, man.
We
Thank
miss
you
you
for
up here,
calling.
yo.
I
We
love
saw
it,
you-
too. I just want to hear y'all's voices and stuff.
Oh,
We appreciate you,
yeah,
man.
much love to y'all. I gotta see y'all soon, man. I got cleared to walk in a boot like 2 days ago.
So we definitely going to be
Okay.
clubbing this
Okay.
weekend. Yep, for sure.
Yeah. I'm definitely I haven't put any weight on my left foot in over a month, so I'm definitely still trying.
Are you
to,
kind of
get used to it and like?
Off
Kind of like
balance?
hobbling.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's still really tough. So, it'll take a little bit, but I've made a lot of progress, like even in the past couple of days. So, I'm excited to,
Good.
start getting to, do things again. The very last thing that I need to get done is just get the pins removed in my hand, and then after that, it's just a ton of rehab with my.
I kept my
with,
pins.
like everything.
I mean, why not?
Mine are still in my shoulder.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
Yep.
Well, mine are like sticking out of my finger, so they gotta
Wow.
like, pull that.
That,
out.
Nah, they gotta take
kind of
it.
Hellraiser is sounding like.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
is it Hellraiser?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Hellraiser.
is.
Yeah, Pinhead. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
exactly.
I'm trying to get my right hand because I'm right-handed back, so I'm trying to get my right hand back and get the DJing again and stuff. And
Oh, it'll come back, man. It'll come.
Yeah,
Well,
sending you positive
so much.
vibes.
Yes, we appreciate you so much for calling, man. We want you to heal up nicely, get some rest. Make sure that you stay tuned because you might get picked for those tickets. And we appreciate you for calling.
yes, definitely. And that's tomorrow, right, or tonight?
No,
Elderbrook's Saturday.
Elderbrook
Elderbrook
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's
The
don't-
drawing is Thursday.
The
Yes.
announcement or whatever. That's Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday
yes.
is the drawing. Saturday is the show.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. All right, brother. We
All right, honey
thank you
bun.
so much. Take it easy. We're
Take
gonna
it
get
easy,
into Stay tuned because we're gonna get into some commercials.
And if you
we're
want
gonna
to win the
come Mile
tickets,
High.
yeah, try
Yes.
to get them on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited for Mile High. So.
Awesome, brother.
Yeah,
All
it's a
right.
good show.
We'll take it easy. We'll catch up with you soon.
Yep. Talk to you later.
All right, much love, y'all.
Peace.
Love you.
Peace out.
All right, guys. So we had our first person entered into
Yeah.
the raffle today, which is Cole Vanity. And then, all right, guys. So that was great. That
Yes.
was a great topic. We got a lot covered. The
Did we
recap.
Did we not cover everything? Like, did we miss anything for the weekend? I mean, well, have we talked? We didn't even talk about other trees. I'm sorry, Liquid Stranger at all, have we?
We did not.
We haven't talked about Liquid Stranger.
No.
I was
I
still
didn't get
talking
a chance
about
to go to Liquid
Techno and
Stranger. Oh, wait.
Tequila.
Gabby Rose said something was so fun. Where were you at, Gabby Rose?
There was something else going on this weekend too. I can't remember what it was.
Of course, the pier on Sundays.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
Coco
fun.
Drills was here on Friday.
Oh yeah, Coco Drills at the pier on Friday.
Yeah,
You were there Sunday. Yep.
Coco
And then you were
Drills.
at the pier. Yeah.
Yes. Wait, Coco Drills was at the pier?
Yeah, Friday night. They were opposite of us in First Friday.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Okay, they were at the
Pretty
pier. Okay, cool. What else happened? I didn't get a chance to go to any of those because we were so busy. But the Derby was this weekend.
Oh, Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
My homie. But last minute, my homie put $100 on this big old 18 stallion, number 18 horse. He like, that's the one. He ended up winning like $900.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, that horse was stacked. He was like,
I've not gotten a chance to bet on the horse. I don't know.
Actually, in my alter ego, I do graphics for one of the TV stations in Lexington, and I have
Nice.
to do a bunch of data gathering stuff for the Derby every year. And I had to work on that this year and all that kinds. But that's I'm just saying it's kind of cool because I had to write all this scripting and all this
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
that's
so
cool.
It's,
Very
it's kind of
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
But that's what I do in my other time. I
you
don't-
watched the race, and have you
I'm
catch
just
the
not
race?
just not a hot daddy DJ.
No, I didn't.
No,
watch
I
it.
didn't watch the race
Oh,
either.
it's pretty intense. It's pretty fun.
Gabby Rose just tuned in and said it was fun.
Which one, Liquor Stranger?
No, I think she was at Techno and Tequila, right? Did
Yeah,
come
yes,
through?
she was. That's
Yeah.
correct. Yes. Oh, I was going to say we were talking about the DJ stuff and all that. No, I had two people tell me. So I played my set and I absolutely burnt the building down. Like it was probably one of the best techno sets I've ever
Let's
played in my
go.
entire
I
life.
love that for you.
At least in
Yeah.
the top three.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really good. I got up there. I was so excited because of the Keizo show. And then we just had such a great turnout. Was so happy. I mean, all the things were. I was happy. My
That's
heart
great.
was full. I was inspired by Keizo. And I got up there and just fucking destroyed it, bro. Like it was so good. It was so good. I'm totally bragging, but I said I didn't actually play a techno set. I was giving everyone instruction on exactly how you play a techno set.
There you go. You
And-
Sermon.
educated the crowd.
Thank you. Yes, and then at the end during the last track, I walked off the stage and started dancing with everybody on the floor. And two people came up, told me over through the night, said I just thought that was the coolest thing when you walked out. And I just get cracked up by that kind of stuff because I'm fucking nobody. Like I don't nobody like and that, but it's just great when I hear people. I can make people happy that way, and people get happy about things like that.
Especially when you're in your element, you're playing music
Yes.
that you want to, and people can see that. It keeps.
But that's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
like
for
that's how I feel about it. It is the music.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what that event's about. It's about community.
Yep.
And it's about the music, and that's it.
Absolutely.
And that's
So,
exactly what it's about.
We got to get
Music
commercial.
first. Yes. Let's get over to our commercial
Alrighty.
break.
We'll do that real
Thank you
quick.
guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Gabby Rose, for tuning in. We are going to go to our couple commercials. Let's
no,
do.
we're just
Let's
doing-
well. Let's do.
No, I
let's
can't do that. It has to be the same commercial.
Let's do that. Oh, just that one.
Yeah, it just has to be.
Okay,
yeah.
let's do that. Let's do that. Okay.
But I can dissolve back to the camera with music after that. You
Yes.
just-
All right, guys.
yes.
So we're gonna run into our this segment sponsor, Bay Care Sounds promo, and then we'll come back with our guest, Mile High Backline.
See you in a few.
Let's do it.
Electronic musician and DJ Elderbrook makes his Clearwater debut at the Bay Care Sound with support from Eli and Fur and Jero for the Another Touch North American Tour on Saturday, May 10th. Hear hits from Elderbrook's Another Touch album, including Places, Glad I Found You, Shallow Water, and more. Tickets on sale now. Visit thebaycaresound.com, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience.
Saturday night. Welcome back. I'm DJ Ketone. We got Rave Daddy Robbie.
Yeah.
We got DJ
Hello.
Embrace in the
What
building.
up, though?
We have Miles from Mile High Backline, right, in the building.
Just Mile High. Backline's an additional thing.
Well, you offer a backline
Yes,
service.
yes,
that's
that's
right.
right.
So it's Mile High.
Just Mile High, yeah.
Gotcha. What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
Good to be here.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks
So
for having me.
you do a lot. You are active, man. So you're a
Yeah.
DJ, you're a producer, you have a backline service.
Yeah.
You fly planes,
Yeah,
bro?
man, I do a lot. I can't not be busy.
Okay, I love that. I'm the same way. I've got to be doing something.
Definitely.
What else? So let's jump right into it, man. Mile High is the name of your company,
Yes.
and tell us a little bit about your backline service.
So I used to work a job at an FBO, which is a private jet terminal over at the Tampa airport.
Okay.
And I was full-time for about 5 months. I saved every penny I had, and I wanted CDJs so badly. I pumped everything I had into them.
Okay.
And I didn't really get much action on the DJing scene, so I kind of used the CDJs as a way to kind of get into it. And there was never really going to be a company. I actually asked advice. You guys know Graham Radio?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually reached out to him when I bought them, and I had asked him, what do you think of this idea? Like, I floated the idea initially, like, about renting, and he was very anti-renting out. He was like, these are very precious, and like, it's very high value, and I totally agree with him.
It's expensive.
It's expensive ass stuff. And I stayed that way for a while, but then I got into it kind of became my key into the scene a little bit.
Okay.
So I was able to build connections and meet new clients.
Yeah.
And ultimately help out more people and kind of platform myself through them.
Awesome. So you initially wanted to be a DJ, or really that's like your thing. You want to
Yeah.
be a DJ, and then
Yes.
the backline service was your way into the community.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. What kind of DJ do you want to do?
So I'm more way into all different types of house. Like, I really do like melodic house, like Elderbrook. But my main thing has always been like Above and Beyond, Tin Liquor.
Oh,
Really
okay.
that
So
in June
progressive,
sound, very
but-
progressive.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Melodic stuff.
Is that what you're playing now?
It just depends when night you catch me at. It's not really very popular over here, so I kind of play, what's more popular, like more minimal, some deep tech,
Okay.
sometimes tech house.
Where are you playing at?
I'm supposed to be playing, fingers crossed, the Privé Mansion Party this Friday the 9th.
Okay.
And from there, nothing else. But we'll see what ends up happening.
You just got a residence. Talk about the residence in
blanked.
Bayshore. There
I
you go.
totally blanked.
Yeah, we was talking about
I
that the other day.
Totally
It's
blanked
new.
on that. It is new. It's so new. I totally forgot.
Tell us about it.
So I got a residency at a new rooftop lounge called Maru, which is right off of Bay to Bay on Bayshore. It's right off Selman Expressway, exit 3.
Okay.
I got it memorized. It's a brand new lounge by they're called Indigo Roads. So they have more Japanese style restaurants across the southeast.
Okay.
And this is their first like lounge concept.
Sure.
So it's I'm there Fridays and Saturdays, and I alternate with another DJ named CJ.
Okay.
CJ the DJ.
CJ the DJ.
Yeah,
I've heard
CJ
that
the
name.
DJ. Yeah, he's super nice. I met him. Really cool guy.
Yeah.
Very nice. And
What kind of music are you gonna be playing over there?
so over there right now, the sound is more groove, soulful, like disco house, new disco.
Oh, love that.
And more deep house at
Yeah,
night.
you can slide in
sometimes.
some of your Tin Liquor, some of your
Yeah.
Lane 8. You know.
When I'm trying to get the people to leave, I do. Yeah.
No.
They usually tell me to play the melodic stuff when they want people to head out.
Really?
So, yeah.
All right.
But during the night, we're developing the sound. So right now, what I've noticed is people at night tend to go outside, and the DJ booth is more inside. So it's like I'm DJing here, and then everyone is behind me, over my shoulder. So I can't really
You
see
can't see
anybody.
you
I can't
DJing
see
with your.
anybody. I can't see anybody.
You got to put a mirror there.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something,
I got to
you
put
know?
a mirror over my right
is
and then look over my
anybody
shoulder.
grooving?
Exactly. I'm like, well, is anyone like this? I remember I looked out and I was playing like some random deep house thing that I found, and I just see these old ladies like throwing it back on each other.
Hey.
I was like, oh my gosh, the espresso martinis caught up to them.
There
They
you
were loving
go.
it. Yeah.
There you go. So okay,
That's
so
what I could use right now, espresso
espresso
martini.
martini,
That sounds good. Oh,
right now.
Right.
Dude,
All
I'm
right.
dying. I had a long weekend or an uneventful long weekend.
Oh, you're just ready. You're just ready. All right. So tell us a little more about the backline industry of for you in Mile High. That's your way into the scene. What are you offering through the Mile High besides CDJs and all that?
Well, besides CDJs, there's gosh, that's a good question.
I mean, you're doing like
I do mixers, CDJs.
yeah,
I mean,
okay, perfect.
physical product.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's physical product, and I mean, geez, I don't really know how to answer that.
Where do they
honestly.
go to get your backline service?
Yeah, so you go through me. I have a website called
Okay.
milehighmusic.net.
Okay.
You go through there. There's a little form you fill out with my contact info. I
Nice.
get it over. I check it out.
Yeah.
And then I'll respond usually pretty instantly. I get the notification straight to my phone. So
Nice.
I'm pretty quick to respond. And we get you booked. We talk. And then we fill out a form, and that's it.
Nice. So you saved up all of your money from working at a
FBO.
FBO,
Yeah.
which is
A fixed base operator is what they call it. So
Okay.
imagine a private jet terminal where there's no security. It's literally just a building.
Yeah.
I worked at the front desk and a little bit outside.
Nice.
Giving people rides to football games, things like that.
Okay.
Around the general area to the terminal.
Cool.
And I did that for like 5 months, and then they wouldn't let me go part time while I was about to be a junior in college. So I unfortunately had to leave. But
But you're a graduate now, right?
I'm
You're-
graduating.
Congratulations,
this
brother.
Saturday. This Saturday.
There's
Ah,
Hey,
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank
Let's
you.
get
Yes,
some
sir,
claps
yes,
in
sir.
there. At some point, here,
Yeah,
20
golf
seconds.
clap. Yeah, there we
It's
go.
delayed. It's delayed.
Yeah, it's become a thing. It's inappropriately late.
It is.
Sound effects.
We
Yeah, there
always
we
do
go,
the
there
claps.
There you
later.
go.
Love it.
No, so congratulations, man. College is not easy. College is not for everybody, but you did it.
Yeah.
I flunked out of college.
Wow. Where'd you go?
Ohio State.
For the-
Boo.
My
So-
sisters are at UW Madison.
Oh.
So definitely big boo from me. But
You know,
Big Ten rivalry is real.
people always ask me that because I've wore many, many hats so far in my life. And I was going to Ohio State for the most unusual thing, by the way. I was going to be a music teacher. I was going to be a band
What?
director.
I love
Imagine
that.
that.
Wow, that would have been
I
great.
love
Like
that.
I ended
I
up
would love that for you.
DJing
Yeah.
25 years later, and unlike most people, I actually know fuck about music.
Yeah.
So no, and I was going there to be that, and my guidance counselor was kind of awful, and I'm absolutely brutally awful at math. I mean, there's levels of math that I'm bad at that
Really?
you can't
I
imagine.
can't imagine that because you do so much with technology.
Horribly bad. I mean, bro, I can make 2 + 2 = 7.5. I don't even. That's actually a hilarious joke going another direction if you think about it. But anyways, there was like.
I'm not going there.
But no, I was really bad at it, so I kept flunking because I was going part time and only taking 2 courses, and I kept flunking out, and then I ended up, and then long story short, I was already working in television, and my manager at the television station said, he's like, you know what, well, you're doing pretty good at TV, you might as well just go. I don't. Well, actually, what he said was, he said the wildest thing to me. He's like, well, maybe that's all you're good at, or something like that.
whoa.
And all you're worth. That's what he said. He's a really good friend of mine, by the way. So he was dadding me.
Yeah, yeah,
I gotcha.
But he was like, well, maybe that's all you're worth. I was like, that's not all I'm worth. And he's like, well, I think you do pretty good at that. And that was him. Remember sometimes when I walk up to you and I go, I'd hear that twice.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was saying. And the rest is history and tons of things later. But no, it's
It
just
worked
funny.
out.
I always laugh because it's like, where'd you go to college? I flunked out of college.
Well, Miles, let's get back to you, man. So
What did you-
are you're Makobo's manager.
That's right.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about management. And
Oh,
how
I
you
left
got
out
that.
manager on that
Yeah.
list of
Yeah.
things. You're just busy, dude.
Busy guy. Yeah.
Makobo is killing it, crushing it. Just I saw that he went down to Miami with your boy
Yep.
Jay Crusoe,
That's right.
who has a trending song in Beatport right now.
Love
That's right.
that.
Shout out to Jay
Sponsored
Crusoe.
Yeah, shout out.
combustion. Yeah.
So
Big time,
let's talk about that, yo.
Yeah, so a couple months ago, me and Camille were just chatting, shooting the shit at my house. we were pre-gaming something. I forget what, but
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the espresso
Thank you, man.
martini.
Appreciate it.
Right on
Thank you
time.
so
Wow,
much. There you
Sam,
go.
look at you. DJ
on
Volume with the espresso martini.
There's how you do it.
Look
That's
at
it.
that. Cheers,
everybody.
brother.
but yeah, I had just floated the idea.
Oh my God,
I
that's
was
good.
like, he was like, dude, I can't like do all this is so tough. Like we were just talking about it, and I was like, well, dude, I'll just be your manager. And he was like, seriously? I was like, yeah.
So y'all
why
were
not?
homies beforehand, though, right?
Yes.
Y'all were friends. Okay.
Yeah, we were just friends beforehand.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's like management is something I think is a good venue for friends to go down to. I don't always condone mixing friends in business.
100%.
So why'd you do it?
Because I like the idea of being able to help him. I see him going really far within the DJ world, and I would love to try and help him as best as I can.
How are you going to do that?
I'm gonna vouch for him. I'm going to I'm gonna kind of have to be the bad guy in certain situations.
Sure.
Not being rude or anything.
Did
but
we ask
more
what your
like-
degree was? I'm sorry to cut you off.
We did not know.
We didn't. Good
question.
question.
So I'm getting a degree in sociology.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Study of human interaction.
There you go.
Oh, I love that. Manager is actually right down that alley.
Exactly.
Something that you can implement.
Yeah.
Exactly. So sociology kind of ties into everything,
Yeah,
but
100%.
definitely comes down to human interaction. So trying to lead with kindness.
A
and
cheaper psychologist.
Cheaper
No.
psychologist. Exactly. Exactly.
And I don't mean that in a mean way. I was making
No,
a
no.
joke. I mean, but it's kind of semi-true towards a little bit because that's what it involves.
So kind of being the face of not the face of him, but the first in line to him.
Yeah,
You know
first
what I
point of
mean?
contact.
First point of contact.
Yeah.
Exactly. So kind of leading the way for him and vouching for him, because it's really I would understand as a DJ it's really hard to do everything yourself. You have to be your own manager, your own promoter, your own number one fan, your own social media content manager.
You have to do everything.
Do everything and then some. So being able to help him negotiate, because negotiations I think are probably one of the harder things to do, and especially it can affect impressions. So I would rather a A&R have a bad impression of me, the manager, than Makobo, the DJ.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's a good way to look at it.
As long as I can help, Makobo get, his fair value and be in the positions that he should be in.
Yeah.
Like Miami and like Desire here in Tampa at the Ritz.
Yeah.
Places like that. Then I think we're going to be doing a good job with that. So he just announced he's getting a co-headline event in Miami. I forget the date. I'm a bad manager on that because I don't always go to Miami. But he's co-headlining with Rello. It's with it's down in Miami somewhere. I think it's the 17th of May.
I don't know the date, and it's down in Miami somewhere. I'm going to go to that event.
Exactly. Exactly. There you go. Shout out to that. So shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, okay. So you're a manager, you're DJ, you have a few residencies now. You fucking fly planes, bro. Tell us
Yeah.
about that. How did you get into the... I mean, you worked for FBO, right? Which
Yeah.
So I'd imagine was that your
No.
avenue? Oh, shit.
I
Okay,
mean,
tell us.
I just remember, I think my first conscious moment when I was little was on a plane, like traveling.
Okay.
So I was really fortunate when I was younger. I got to travel a lot with my parents and with my family. And I remember always just being obsessed with it. And for my 10th birthday, my mom had a buddy who had a little plane, and he took me up, and we flew around the Boston area. We flew over Gillette Stadium and a little bit around and came back and landed, and that was that. And I was hooked. I knew from that moment that that's what I was going to do. That's what I wanted to do, and I was always uber passionate about that.
Okay.
And then I worked really hard through the pandemic and my later years of high school. And my first semester here, I got my private pilot's license.
Oh, wow.
And through college, I've, bugged around, flown around here in Florida, sometimes South Carolina, Georgia, and just flown around.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you didn't grow up in St. Where are you from?
From Boston. Yeah, from
Okay.
Boston.
All right.
So diehard Boston guy.
Very cool. Very cool. Boston has a dope house scene, I've heard. I've not been.
It's
I've not.
interesting. I'm not very well connected in it, but I know like one club. I know this one DJ Vo.
Okay.
DJ Vo.
So you didn't go out much before coming down here?
It is virtually impossible as a young adult to go out in Boston if you're under 21.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that around here. I mean, Ritz is really the only 18 and up place.
Right. there was no like I also wasn't into house music until college.
Where'd you listen? Where'd you come from?
Rap, pure rap.
Oh shit!
I played basketball. All my friends listened to rap. I like was 100% pure rap. Like,
Well,
that's it.
Were you the
got you
white
in-
kid rolling into high school with the music turned up as loud as possible?
Bingo.
There we go. So
That's exactly what I would do.
wondering
like,
where we're going with that.
just you just see a white kid in the suburbs blasting Migos at like 7 in the morning, and you're like, "Jeez,
Yeah.
what is this guy doing?" Like,
So what got you into EDM and house and electronic?
so my
Progressive
roommate,
at that.
yeah,
A Judah.
right?
That's
yeah, no,
like-
it definitely took a turn. We were going straight, and then we took a hard left. When ended up there. So my roommate freshman year, who I still live with now, my roommate Alex, had a DJ board, and he would, God bless him, he always would just blast his music no matter what, 24/7, 365. His small little Bose speaker that he still has,
Yeah.
and has had for years. He played we used this, not even Serato. He didn't even use Serato or Record Box. It was
Virtual
like the other
DJ.
one.
Virtual
DJ is what we
even
learned.
even I
Yep.
touched on that.
Yeah. So
everybody.
we started on virtual DJ, and I didn't even know how to download music. I connected everything to my SoundCloud, and then from there, I was friends with a few frat kids, Lambda Chi at U Tampa, and they had a country party of all parties to start with. And if you know me, I personally, yes, exactly. I hate country music with a dying passion.
Ooh.
And they're like, I literally just asked, I was like, I'll DJ, you guys want it? They were like, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then I DJ'd that, and I played 7 country songs and a bunch of Dom Dalla and John Summit, like the little frat boy that I was pretending to be.
It works. It works.
Exactly. It worked, and then I slowly but surely realized I did not like John Summit and Dom Dalla and that scene. And but that was really good practice, like learning how to
Well,
DJ.
the smart people don't like Don Dalla. And
No, everyone
No, I'm
we're all
kidding.
too pretentious. Like
What time? What time frame that was? Was that like 2021?
That was
22?
2022,
Okay.
2023,
Yeah.
Okay.
like my sophomore year of college.
I asked
So-
that because I feel like 2021, 2022, when all the new DJs came out, because Dom Doll was out, John
Yes.
Summit was out,
Yeah.
Fisher was out. It was easy to
but
get into it. 'cause
I remember
it was
we
very
were just
mainstream.
chatting about that a little early. Remember we were just chatting about that a little earlier that I was saying that
That was weird.
the motorcycle.
Yeah,
That's what I was just like. What was that?
That was weird.
But no, I said that most of the music that ends up on the FM radio or ends up in the scene you're talking about ends up all being big room main stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's the music it would be, the hip hop cuts and cuts from FM top 40 kind of stuff and things like that. I get that. Yep.
Which is why when people ask, "Oh, can you play some house music?" They say, "Oh, can you play some John Summit?" Because
Yeah.
that's all they know.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean?
Right, or they
they're
think
not
that's
deep
house
into it.
music.
That's
Yes.
funny. I
Yeah.
got the request.
and
to
John Summit actually has
yesterday.
house songs.
You got a
Yeah.
request
Right.
John Summit yesterday?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, it is what it is. He's got some good
Another
stuff that I
trending-
like.
He has good stuff. He's not a
Yeah,
bad
it's
DJ.
not-
He's not a
What
bad
music
Yeah,
do
but
you
he
want to
hates
hear?
Tampa
John
now,
Summit.
so.
Why does he hate Tampa?
I remember he went to play the Hard Rock Seminole.
Yes.
Or not Seminole, whatever it is.
Hard
Right.
Rock.
Yeah,
The
My
Yeah.
friend was one of the arrangers of that show. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he went, and then it was like on a Sunday morning at like
Yeah.
11 in the morning, right while he was like on his way up. Like he was really popular.
Yeah.
And he comes and he plays, and it's raining. He's
Yes.
like,
Oh,
"Damn,
yeah, I remember that.
And then
I
he put out
remember
like
that.
some tweet, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm never coming back to Tampa again."
Yeah.
And this was the viral moment
And the
when
girl
someone
took
tried to
the
take
bottle.
the Don Julio.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She was a
Yep,
sorority girl from U Tampa, of course.
That's funny.
And
Not a
that-
sorority girl.
Oh my God! No, they all the backstage baddies, quote unquote, you see around Tampa will more than likely be sorority girls from U Tampa.
Yeah, that's funny.
You better be careful stereotyping like
Yeah.
that, bro. Remember, this is on the internet.
It's true.
When I was
It's out there forever.
DJing Friday, I had a girl come up to the DJ booth. Hey, do you mind if I dance behind you? I was like, sure. It's like 9:30. So she comes up. She has like 4 other girls. Like, they can come up too. They can come up too. I was like, oh.
Right? Like, what do you say to that?
Like,
It's
yeah,
hard. It's
yeah,
hard.
it's hard. But I end up kicking them out of the dance booth anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
get
don't
out of
want
here.
anyone dancing near me in the
Yeah,
dance booth.
nah.
Not
They
with
bump into
glass.
you, or I want to reach over one of the other
Yeah,
decks,
or
and
they
now
gonna
they're standing
drop
in front of
drinks
it,
or whatever.
I don't care how cute you are or how much you think you're going to
Yep.
be up there with me. You're not going to be up there with me.
Yeah, not at all.
Sorry, it's just not going to happen.
No,
Yep.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so Is there anything about Mile High that we haven't mentioned yet that you feel like the
I do
world should know?
produce. I do
Yeah,
produce.
you
Okay,
just
that's
released
right.
a track like a week or two ago, did you not?
Like 3 weeks ago
Yeah,
on. I put an edit out with Vanna Black on.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Our good
Shout out
friend
to Luke Lethal.
Luke, thank you.
Yeah,
that
thank you,
person.
Luke.
You know,
I literally just texted him. I had finished it, and I was like, I kind of like this one. My ears weren't tired of it yet, which is surprising.
Good.
Yeah.
What's the
and
vibe?
So it's
I haven't
more
heard
of
it yet.
like a, you know who Chris Gooding is? He's a guy out of Houston. Like he put the the space song that Sosa played at Coachella.
No.
It's
I have to
just
look
an
it up,
edit.
but I like learning new people that
It's
I've never
more
heard of.
it's more minimal, like minimal groove. Not a whole lot to it. It's a edit of Dare by Gorillaz.
Oh, I love that song.
So
Yeah.
Great
I
song.
like to credit myself and say I had the first one. Or, no, I'm kidding. The first edit, but it's just an edit of Dare. It's very simple. You follow the. It's just an edit.
Okay.
Like but
Cool.
I personally like it. I think it fits dance floors. It's a 129 BPM.
Okay. It's
a
up
little
there. It's
faster.
fast.
Yeah,
All right.
it's pretty fast.
Okay.
I found. Yeah, there we go. I got it right here.
sometimes I have audio with this
Nice.
stuff, but not today. I'm sorry.
Debatable. Oh, it's all good.
I mean, you would think that I would have audio with the track. That
You can
actually-
check. That's the
Oh, wait,
Vanna
hold
Black
on.
post.
Right? Wait, did that matter? Oh no, I guess that didn't matter. Never mind. I just thought it was muted. Don't worry about me. I'm just over here playing around.
Yeah,
I'm good.
no, I had it in the post right below that with the picture of me 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I should have led with the record first. Learning experience.
That's funny.
So yeah, always do the edit spinning first with the music, and then do your pictures yourself. So that was my first little release, and not a whole lot of support, but it's
okay.
I'm learning.
This is your first
Exactly.
ever out in public
Yes.
type of
Yes.
thing. Oh man, please don't
First thing.
stop.
Don't
when
stop.
Yeah.
Just the support. It doesn't matter. It's what it is. To me personally, it helps feed your confidence into just doing more.
Exactly.
Because even those little bit of whatever the listens are, it's important.
Numbers are numbers,
Those little bit,
you know.
that
This
little
is
bit.
photo shoot miles. I'm assuming.
Yes.
good
Yeah,
for-
there you go.
Shout out to Nori's girlfriend Tabor.
Yes.
Jay put me on to her, and she's phenomenal. She just did my senior shoots with my girlfriend
Nice.
and she's so great.
That's
So,
awesome.
shout out to them. They're great.
Yes, big up to Nori and Tabor
Yeah.
and everything that Nori's doing. We love Nori. He's
Love
been on.
Nori.
He's
I
been
think
a
he's
few
been on the
times.
show twice now. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
3 times maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we big homies with Nori.
Nice, yeah.
So cool. So where can the people find Mile High are you producing under Mile High?
I
too?
produce under Mile High. Yeah.
All right, dope.
So
Okay,
we're all
so-
under one label or one name
Okay.
project. So
Where
I
can they
produce-
find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Mile High Music, but the I in music is a 1. So
Okay.
I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, but I used to do a lot of live streams. I used to do like the TikTok live streams like Cam Davis.
Oh, nice.
But I
You
kind
don't
of
do them
stopped.
anymore?
Not really, honestly. Like
Okay.
I stopped doing it for a while to focus more on school because I just
Okay.
didn't have the time at night. But
You're done now, right?
Yeah, done
You're
now.
about
So
done
but I'm doing a lot of flight school stuff. So
Okay.
I got to focus on that until my check ride, which is June 18th for my instrument rating. But you can also, I'm not on Spotify yet, but SoundCloud is also Mile High Music.
Okay.
So that's kind of the project across it all.
Nice.
At Mile High Music.
And the I in music is a 1.
And just on Instagram.
Just on Instagram. Okay, got it.
But by the time you pop it in, if you're from Tampa, I'm sure we'll have a
It'll
bunch of
come up.
mutuals.
Cool.
So it should come up.
Mile High Music on Instagram, guys. You heard it first. Mile High. He is a DJ, producer, manager, a pilot, a fucking college graduate. You name it, this guy's doing it. Make sure you check him out. And if you need any equipment, check him out on Mile High Music. And what's the .com?
It's .net.
.net.
MileHighMusic.net.
MileHighMusic.net. There it is, guys.
Yeah.
You heard it first. All right, we will come into our upcoming section right after this commercial from our sponsor of this episode, Bay Care Sounds, about their Edelbrook.
Nice song.
Edelbrook.
There you go. Now I finally
There you
got
go.
it. I got around to it. Yep. Few words from our Bay Care Sound folks about the giveaway we've got going on. of
Yes,
course,
2
right?
free tickets. If you give us a call, 727-342-0550. We'll be back after this break.
You're
Thank you, brother.
Electronic musician and DJ Elderbrook makes his Clearwater debut at the Bay Care Sound with support from Eli and Fur and Jarrow for the Another Touch North American Tour on Saturday, May 10th. Hear hits from Elderbrook's Another Touch album, including Places, Glad I Found You, Shallow Water, and more. Tickets on sale now. Visit thebaycaresound.com, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience. Electronic musician and DJ Elderbrook makes his Clearwater debut at the Bay Care Sound with support from Eli and Fur and Jarrow for the Another Touch North American Tour on Saturday, May 10th. Hear hits from Elderbrook's Another Touch album, including Places, Glad I Found You, Shallow Water, and more. Tickets on sale now. Visit thebaycaresound.com, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience.
The list goes on. Pilot, college graduate. That guy's active. I love that for him.
Yeah.
Bright future. DJ Embrace, what's up?
What it do?
We got Rave Daddy Robbie over there.
Hello. I like people who are doing a lot of things. I waited a little bit later in life, but I just decided to do everything I
That's
wanted.
okay.
Yeah.
And look what it got you. A espresso martini.
Exactly. And I needed it too. I was over here yawning, and not because of Mile High, rather, but just I'm tired today.
Yeah, no, it's a Monday.
I got to go home and work too, man. I got to go home. I got a bunch of work I got to do.
I miss my baby.
Same.
Shout out Michaela. I love you. I miss you. I'll see you.
You've been
soon.
busy. You've been out there working.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act.
It is.
It's a
It
balancing act.
is. So for upcoming things, we have techno and tequila with Rave Daddies coming up.
Well, yes. So we've got that. We normally would be doing it every Tuesday of every month, but in this particular case, there weren't available dates at the venue. So our next one will be the second week of June.
Okay.
And then we're going to plan on it being the second week of every month going out.
Okay.
So we have June's planned and July's.
Nice.
Again, we're going to improve on the tacos a little bit. We're going to add some more vegetables, rice, beans, stuff like that.
Yo, that was good. I'm not even gonna lie.
The meat was like
good.
the meat was cooked amazing.
Yeah.
Like everybody said, and you know what the things is, we're only charging I think it was $5.
It was
$5.9.
It was $4.50 for three
Yes,
tacos that I
$4.50 for
made.
three tacos.
That I made that I got to make myself.
You got to make yourself, exactly, and that was so cool. Everybody liked that.
Perfect.
So you could put as little meat or as less as you want, much as you wanted in there. Nobody really said anything. We were just again lacking on like some toppings and some extra options for the vegetarian and that. And if you're vegan, don't bother coming because we're not going to have that for you. But no, I'm kidding. We like vegans, but no, we won't have anything to eat for you. But but no, there was that, and there really wasn't. We really didn't have anything. I mean, just a couple. I wouldn't even call those negatives. I just said they're just a couple improvements we just didn't need to make on it. Yeah, everything went down really well. Baber Brewing is phenomenal. The staff there was phenomenal. They really enjoyed it. They went from having just a couple $100 sales night to having almost $3,000 in sales that night.
Cha-ching,
That was a
cha-ching.
good night.
Yes, exactly. And they're completely set up. iAwake and I just have to bring in our decks and that. Our XZ, the XZ in the middle of the set for some unknown, unexplicable reason just completely locked up like a brick. Like it was crazy, which I haven't seen that before at all.
On the AZ?
The XZ, not my AZ.
Oh,
no.
XZ, I've seen
No, iAwake was being grumpy and he didn't want to play on my AZ. And he said, no, I want to play
What
on
do
the
you do?
XZ.
So this is the third event I heard that happened in the last 3 weeks. The other two were big events where CDJs and equipment just locks up.
Yeah. Well,
What do you do?
Well, in my particular case, I
You reach out to Mile High.
That's funny. Exactly. So I don't know. Like it all depends on who you are. If you panic, you panic. Again, I've mentioned before, I've got like a long time in television. I've been hit with adversity in the middle of programming many times. And, I just walked up there and L'Inventor was playing at the time. And he was like, and I walk up there and I said, and I'm looking down and I'm like, bro, like nothing's responding. Like, what did you do? And he goes like, I didn't do anything. It just stopped doing it. And then I was like, okay. And then, so of course I just brought the music down and got on the mic and I said, so L'Inventor broke the deck. So I'm going to listen, that XZ was so unhappy that the power button didn't even power it off.
Wow.
Yeah. It was totally like
Yeah.
locked up hardcore. I had to pull the power cable to reboot it again and then plug it back in and then it booted up fine. But no, I think the next one either we're going to bring the AZ or I may just bring 3 CDJs.
You bringing an AZ to your birthday?
The birthday is going to be 3 CDJs and a 900.
Plug that up. What's popping for your birthday this week?
Oh, well, I do get a little older on Friday. So last year,
Where's the claps for that, man?
Oh,
Come on,
sorry.
man.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, it's
We gotta get some
inappropriately
claps for
timed. Let's remember that. That's how this works. As I think about this, 1 minute. Hold on, See, now I don't have the fader up and everything. You got me all flustered over here.
You got to get
and
some
all
claps
that.
for this, man.
No, I will. Here you go. Here's the claps. All right,
you go.
we'll get it played out so you're happy with it.
That's a good one.
That's funny.
For turning older. Yeah, so last year, my birthday bash was probably the most notable party in downtown St. Pete. So,
there you go.
For that year.
We're going to do it again.
Run it back.
So we're going to do it again. It's at Saigon Blonde, as it was last year. We're going to have both bars open, so we're going to have a full staff there. We were like 9:30 to 2 a.m. packed. I have my good friend Cole Grimes and Miskim coming from Mixclim.
Yep.
I keep screwing up Andreas' name. Gosh damn it. Mixclim coming from Jacksonville. They're going to be playing at 11. I know there's other people coming in from out of town. Let's see, the lineup has, of course, Ketone and Volume in it.
Yep. We're gonna get funky.
Element and Geo.
Element. There you go, Geo.
And then at midnight, I Awake and his brother Tyrion. At 1 o'clock, my good friend Sakali is going to jump in there and play. Sakali and I have been playing back and forth for the last 5 or 6 years, and we just have been paying each other back left and right. And for the longest time, he kept booking me on everything, and I never could repay the favor. So it's nice now that things are in a situation where I can book him a little every. He played with me as well as Volume for New Year's Eve, and just absolutely slayed a fucking phenomenal
I hope
set.
he plays some more of his music.
Yeah, no, I'm sure
he's
he will.
producing some great house. So I hope he plays more of his
and then if I'm still standing, I will get on the decks at 2. Otherwise, it will be a round robin back to back to back to back to back. No. I'm sure I'll be fine.
That's funny. Yeah, because you got that special ending song that everybody's anticipating.
Oh yes, I have a song. I got the perfect song that is just going to crack everybody up that I'm playing at the end. And of course, it's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what song it is.
All right.
But yes, so please, Thursday night at midnight, I will be officially much older than I am now. And Saigon Blonde, St. Pete, Florida. If you're in town and you want to see something scary, go ahead and slide through.
Well, that's going to be exciting. What else do we have coming up? There was something I wanted to say about it, but Saturday we have Edelbrook in the building. 2 tickets giveaway. If you are giving us a call, you got only a few more minutes, and before you can automatically get yourself entered into the raffle for 2 free Edelbrook tickets.
Yeah.
At Big Hair Sounds.
Are we able to plug other people's stuff? Like, whoever.
Yeah,
I know,
what you got?
There's a few, not my things, but I know a few things come up this weekend. We got Hugh Gale at Armature Works.
Okay, that's big. GC's opening, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to GC. Yeah.
Big up to GC.
Yeah,
on that.
GC's killing it, man. Shout out to GC. Me and my buddy is going there for his birthday, so we'll be out there. Mother's Day, Sunday. Don't forget, let me remind y'all, Mother's Day is Sunday, right? So Mother's Day is Sunday.
Yep. Don't forget to get the flowers booked now, otherwise you'll have to pay a premium.
Yep. Whatchamajig, Miles mentioned Privé doing a mansion show, a mansion party. That sounded kind of legit.
Okay.
I think they're renting out a whole mansion on Bayshore.
Yeah.
So that sounds fun.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was laughing. I'm sorry, texting Nori over here.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Sorry.
You good. I don't know what else is popping.
Ooh,
Come on, we can fill 15 minutes. We can do this.
Yeah.
Another Temptation show by Abo. Temptations is Taylor Lace. And
Desire.
Desire.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Shit. Yes.
When is that?
Well, let me pull that up here real quick.
Yeah,
and,
I don't know
see
when
what
that
I can
is.
figure out here.
Yeah.
I was just,
That
what?
is
It was
hilarious.
funny when I just happened to pull this up. It had popped up in my feed anyways. I think he's right here in my search history.
Yeah. And he got Abo, A-Y-Y-Bo. Abo's fire.
Oh,
so yeah, that's gonna be
no
solid.
way.
That's gonna be solid. It's gonna be solid.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
Great booking.
May 25th, actually.
Yes.
Great booking right there.
Yep. May
I like
25th.
that.
So
There you guys go. I finally got to it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Now that's a solid booking right there. What day is that? May 25th?
Yep,
I'm
May
gonna have to
25th.
put that one in the calendar right there. What was May 25th?
Yep.
That's a Sunday.
That's a Sunday.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. We
Yeah.
might. So I got a homie. We might throw a little pre-party.
You going in?
Yeah, we might go to a pre-party for that. We might be. Me and my homie might throw a pre-party and a little collective
Now,
that we're
see-
starting before that. So,
Okay.
I like what, if you guys are looking at this, by the way, I'm just zooming in on that logo.
Yeah.
That's actually looks like I forget what those are called, but it's a female, like clown with horns.
Okay. Yeah.
There's an actual name for that. There's a thing, but I can't think of what it is.
I don't
but,
know either.
But that has not been his logo for all these other shows, because I can actually go back here and get this.
What is? I like the logo though.
yeah. He
Yeah.
does the
No,
halo.
that, like I said, it's
Fire.
new.
Yeah, I'm fired with that.
I
It's
like
fire.
that.
I like that.
Let me see if I can hold on. Let me get this other window up. I'm just
Dang, I'm at the pier that night too, but I might step out.
Womp, womp.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to step
Abo
out.
solid.
I like Abo's music. Like
Yeah,
seriously,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he
I love
previously
this. I love this. See, now this is what you call for the culture.
Branding.
Yeah.
This is all of this. Everything that's going on. You take a look at this desire
He's
page.
doing it right.
This
He's doing it
is
right.
what you. This is what people are missing out on, and when they just do all the willy nilly shit.
Look at that.
That nothing about this is willy nilly. This is thought out. This is planned. This is calculated, and this is for the culture.
And you know,
For
and
sure.
I talked to him about this because when he was doing a promo setup thingy, and for those, a lot of people already know, but for those who are not in our scene, Taylor had been the talent buyer. What I forget what do you call it?
Probably, I think they managed. The,
Yeah.
he
the
put
Ritz,
some.
right?
Yeah, he was pretty much
And
in a DJ management
talent
situation.
manager or something. But
Talent buyer.
Yeah, I think, but I'm not like. But anyway, so the Ritz has. This is one of the kind of things about the Ritz that I've always noticed over the years, which is kind of they have a tendency. What happens is they'll bring somebody in that's really good talent, and then they'll turn around and they'll usually push out the old talent, especially if they're not doing very well or they're not doing it. And by the way, I'm not talking shit. I'm just telling the
Sounds
story.
like you're talking shit.
No. I perhaps in a minute, but not right at the moment. But no. They'll usually push out the ones that haven't been doing well, or they'll get frustrated and leave, or something like that. But what they do is they end up, every single person that holds that position, and the one Taylor held was actually just a DJ that was playing there and then took the position. A lot of times these kids don't know anything about the scene. They don't know anything about management. They don't even know anything about scheduling or booking it. But the Ritz then just keeps putting in that spot because they start doing so well that they need to pay them well. And then usually to really compensate them for that position, then they need to put them into like a management position or something like that.
And then they lose the person that way.
Correct. And from what I understand, I'm only repeating what people have told me. I have no proof of this. I've never seen one and all that. But I've been told that they do have to sign somewhat of an exclusivity contract. So they have to be very particular about where they play when they're playing at the Ritz and all this kind of stuff. I always also find it like we got Pushman there now, and Pushman came in when Taylor was playing as well. And they played together, but I always find it odd too that I've got the resident house DJ, not house as in house music, but house as in the building.
Yes.
Resident DJ who then opens up for every genre of every artist that's been there. And I just don't think that really works. You can't have a house, again, the building, DJ come out and start and open with big room or main stage before a deep, like a techno DJ or something like that. And that's always been like the running thing too with the Ritz. Pedro M, before he passed away, I remember going there one time. I want to say, oh man, what was the two-name group that played there one year? And it was... oh man, I can't think of it. Anyways, trance group, and they actually brought in Pedro to open
Above and Beyond.
No. It was no. I'm sorry, it's not going to come to me.
Okay.
Anyways, but they brought in Pedro to open just because it was different, and Pedro could swing that music and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
They have brought in like Sky Armada, and they've brought in some other artists to open up now for some of that. But they always ended up being the resident DJ would be direct support
for the whoever.
And
was
sometimes it would even create a little bit of weirdness because suddenly you would have DJs that were playing music that was support, and then suddenly just go off this beaten path and then play something. Again, big roomy or randomly different, or then you have the house DJs trying to play this stuff. It's not their genre; they don't really swing very well at it, and then they go into the opening. Then they go into the headliner. I've kind of drifted off, but again, so that was just normal. That's your career path at the Ritz is what I'm getting at. You come in, and if you become a successful DJ and you're there for a while, then eventually they're going to make you the main DJ and then a resident, and then eventually they're going to promote you to this position. Then eventually you're going to get mad because you want to do more or get frustrated because they're not letting you do more and they want you to be exclusive, and then you leave.
Yeah,
Henceforth,
I would imagine it's only a radius clause. I wouldn't think that they put them in a predicament to be, which should be good for them.
Yeah.
I think it
there's
should be
an
good for them.
exclusivity clause.
Exclusive in terms of not radius or like
Meaning that they can't
in general.
They don't want them to play for anyone else around or something like that. Or they
in,
have to
in
have
a time
big
frame.
given
They
per-
can't
yeah.
make them not perform ever in Tampa. It's like within a time frame you can.
Well,
only
if you
play
sign a
here.
contract,
Well, it
it's
depends.
saying so, yeah.
It depends on the contract.
So, but
nobody knows officially. I
and-
don't know officially. I would love
correct.
to find. I would love to find
again,
out.
yeah. Again, let me be very clear. I have none of this confirmed. Again, it's not. I'm not like shit talking. I'm just going on what people have told me.
Yeah.
And that, but I know Taylor wanted to do more. And he was ready to do more, and he's talented and he's great and that kind of stuff. And
This
then he went
is-
into Desire
this is
events and he's
great.
doing a great job
Yeah,
with it as well.
He's killing it. He's killing
Yeah,
it.
it's fantastic. It's really good stuff.
Good on him. Good on him.
I'm
So,
happy for him. I really am. It's good stuff. He's a good kid, and I like
Yeah.
him, and it definitely was a good direction.
These
to
are
go.
the ideas that need to be happening. These are the kinds
Yes.
of movements that need to be happening.
Correct.
Somebody, once you come up with something and you want to put yourself into the scene, when you put yourself into the scene, you should be putting to what's missing in the scene, not what's
Yes.
already being done.
That's a good.
in
That's
the
a good way
scene.
of describing it. Yes,
You
correct.
know, so you want to make sure that you're in that niche because house music is so broad,
Mm-hmm.
and if you do it right, you do it with a purpose. It's gonna catch on.
Yeah,
And
for
it's gonna-
sure.
you just got to keep going, and again, be different.
Yeah,
you know?
be different. There's so many groups and DJs and collectives and people who want to start something, but everybody's. What I want to say is, if you want to start something and you want to do like a group or a collective or something, be different, stand out,
Yes.
find your audience, do it right, prep right. If you love music, it's not going to go anywhere. Take your time with it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like-
it's just dipping across the top here, but this is kind of what I was chatting a little bit before when we were discussing some other things before the show. I said it's amazing the amount of people who have zero experience. I've seen people come into the scene, literally have just been introduced 6 months into the EDM scene. Never went to a club, never listened to any EDM music.
Yep.
No idea who Tiesto is. Well, they might because he was on FM radio, but no idea who Armin van Buuren
People
is.
who don't
above
even
and beyond.
listen to the music, I know tons
and then,
of them.
And then suddenly 6 months later, I'm going to be a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turn around and get the equipment. And then 6 months after that, I'm going to throw events. And then they could turn around and start
Well, let me
throwing
stop you
events
there.
everywhere.
Those people shouldn't stop you. Those people shouldn't stop the people who are actually going to
But
be in the scene.
the
and
problem
do it.
it does is then they inject themselves into a scene and it disrupts the scene.
So?
And disruption can be good,
So
but the other people will still. Well, you say so, but in some
because
case,
that's not going to go anywhere. There's all in any business, in any scene, there's always going to be people who have more money, who have more
Sure.
friends, who have more followers. You have to stay on your course, and if you love it, no matter what, it's not going to knock you off your pivot.
that's true.
So
no, you're right.
I had my heart broken.
So you have nothing to say about completely inexperienced people who don't know what they're doing trying to do something.
You can't be pissed at them.
Oh, no, I'm not pissed at 'em.
Like
I'm
not
simply
you,
asking you.
but I was angry and like be so mad at all these people.
I understand what you're saying. No, you're right.
But
The
they're not
cream
going
always
anywhere.
rises to the top.
Don't let them get you off of your bag.
Correct.
Like, because they're not going anywhere. Actually, I think it's only going to get even worse. They're going to get younger.
Absolutely.
They're going to get richer.
Well, we're getting older. So they will get younger.
But yeah, I feel like the scene is just going to get even more saturated, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, do you think it's going to get more saturated, or do you think finally this bubble's going to burst?
it's music.
I
Music
don't
will
think-
never burst.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well,
it's
the
Music will
EDM
never
bubble.
burst.
No, I'm talking
EDM
about
will
the
never
EDM.
like art.
It's rising.
Art repeats
It's on a
itself.
$19
Like,
billion industry. now.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Sure.
history repeats itself. People will always sample. Art will always. Art
You
is
got to
never going
remember though,
anywhere.
like in 2006, like the EDM scene, for sake of better words, I know that's a very, very big encompassing
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
I mean, but like 2006, nobody was. The only people that were going to these events were like the faithful, serious, like
Yep.
deep,
100%.
deep,
Yeah.
and it just. And then all of a sudden, this guy Skrillex comes along and
Yep.
then just lights a fire in the EDM boiler, and that's great, and it's great that it happened in that. But I'm just, I've always now. But you know what
So
happened?
what you're saying
is-
between 2006 and 95, there was no
Oh
electronic
no!
scene.
I'm like 2000 to 2006. From up until
Okay.
2000,
Yeah.
we had that alternate culture, that rave scene, that
Yeah.
that rave in the cave kind of culture.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff, and then well, honestly, probably had a little bit of something to do with the Rave Act and people demonizing the rave culture.
yeah, sure.
All we do is run around and do drugs and beat each other up and do terrible things.
Yeah.
and then that might have had something to do with that. Maybe
That
that
was
did.
that slope.
That's
That was the
actually I've
slope.
never correlated that before.
That was the slope.
That
Yeah.
could have been it, and then it dipped down, and then we had somebody come back and make it all FM. When I came down to Orlando in like 99, 2000, 2001 to just go on vacation and stuff, Orlando was one of the cities who had an EDM radio station. That was the
Like
very
on the radio?
Yeah, on the radio. That was the first time I ever heard Ian Van Dyle's Castles in the Sky.
Oh, classic.
And I mean, literally, it just came out that week when I was down here, and we had that on, and it was playing every hour and every single time.
Yeah.
Crank that puppy up. Still to date, one of my favorite songs, by the way.
It's so good.
God,
so
it's
good.
phenomenal,
Timeless.
phenomenal song.
Yeah, for
Seriously.
sure.
But yeah, so now, but it's interesting if you think about it, because what ended up happening is it came back, and it came back. I guess most people would say because Skrillex kind of lit the boiler, and then now it's ingrained.
Yeah.
Into think
Yeah.
of how much music you hear now, where you can you see the EDM influence. You feel those different
Yes.
things.
Apple commercials,
Apple commercials.
Apple commercials,
Yeah, everywhere.
100%.
everywhere.
Yeah.
for instance.
It's really interesting how that is done when it's done. But I'm not necessarily saying it's going to disappear or anything out. I just feel like eventually the core music that we listen to, house and all that, I think it might settle back down into a less listened to
Yeah.
realm.
Because it could go into like people listen to more hip hop again or listen
Correct.
to more pop again. But as DJs,
I don't see that happening. Honestly,
I don't.
What's the next big genre?
I think it's gonna be house and techno. I think it's gonna be techno.
Well, it is techno right now.
No, I think it's gonna. I think like house and techno is gonna overtake pop, and it's gonna be the new pop.
I agree with you. I had this
Is anyone chatting about this, by the way?
because
Saying anything?
the new fans of electronic or EDM might discover other genres and electronic.
Yes.
You know, so even though they were introduced in 2020 with John Summit, Don Dalla, they might start discovering new artists. And, you know, you would hope that would happen because now electronic music, they have more fans.
Yeah.
Like, they
Yeah.
do their history. They start
Absolutely.
searching.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know what I mean? So
because of the rave culture, because of the the festival culture, not rave culture, the festival culture is a better way of phrasing that.
yeah.
Because maybe don't necessarily, maybe we don't necessarily have raves anymore per se.
There's
but
no real rave.
Yeah, it's been more adopted by
RIP.
festival. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been adopted by festival
Yeah,
culture.
you're saying all right.
And that was what I-
To the rave, yeah, RP to the warehouse.
and that's
rave.
where I was going earlier when I was rambling on about Plur and being old and things. Things change, things
Yeah.
morph, stuff
Yes.
changes.
the people changed as
The
well.
people change as
Honestly,
well,
I
and
think
you
the-
can't be mad at that.
the warehouse, and I think the big festival is gonna die soon.
I agree with that.
I think more people want the rave again, and I think the rave is going to make a comeback because people want the rave again. It's going to take a little while.
It might be.
The day
Yeah.
parties are going to come because that's the culture's
Yeah.
moving from club to day party.
Sure.
And then I think it's going to move back from festival because it's so fucking expensive.
Yeah,
very expensive. Yeah.
Into
Yep.
into an underground culture, which is going to push it back into pop. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
pop's right now. We're going to get the pop. Is going to be EDM, the Dom Dollar, the Disco Doms.
Yeah.
All of that's going to
Yeah.
be the popular.
Yep.
Then we're going to go back down to underground raves, house, things like that.
And all these DJs that we were talking about, like the saturation, the people that comes in with money and this and that, they're not going to last.
Oh no,
No,
that's
they won't.
They're going
that's
to fall off, or they'll pop up every time there's a peak in a trend.
Yes.
Correct.
And
Yes.
we'll be more into our career. We
Yeah.
don't have to worry
See,
about them.
you know
And that's
what's
why I'm
fu-
saying don't worry about.
You know
those
what's
guys.
funny? Now this is something that's funny. Is it's kind of funny because the people that have no experience and the people that are not doing well and the people who are not going to succeed well, you can come in and think you're hot as shit as you want to be. But you know what? As far as the self-regulating, self-correcting culture, this is not the one you want to be in if you
Oh,
think you're
no.
going to just
Oh, yeah.
come
It's
and
not.
if you think you're going to come and be fake and talk shit
Yeah.
and just do
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm going to do events every time. No, you won't.
Oh
no,
yeah.
no,
The
you
scene
won't.
is very
Yeah.
self-correcting.
And
Yeah.
by the way,
the
having
audience.
a
Shout out to the audience. Shout out to all the
Correct.
fans, the friends, the people who
guys.
come out to support us.
Yes.
Keep doing that. That's why we do it.
I guess you know what I'm trying to say more than anything else is like for the ones that have been working on this stuff for 2 years and you're still having a party where 15 people show up, step out of the way.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
Learn
Stop
how to
doing this.
learn how to collaborate.
Yeah, stop doing
Learn how to
that.
plur.
Stop. If you've been DJing for 3 months and the best you've got is mixing, on the tail end and the beginning of a track, either step up your game or step out of the way.
Show value in other ways.
Yes.
The old heads, when a kid came up and wanted to DJ, he would assist the DJ. Hey,
Yeah,
you can
be
carry
a
my
roadie
sets.
first.
Be a roadie. Carry my crates. What can I do to provide value? And if you're given a shot, then we'll give you a shot.
Well, and again, like I said too earlier, the old heads have got to extend that bridge too
Yes.
and let them know it's available. That's one of the biggest things. They complain and whine and all that. And you know what their solution is to that is gatekeeping and pushing people away and not allowing them to. They think that that's the solution. I'm like, you cannot stop change.
Nope.
You can do it as much as you want, but guess what? If you've been for the last 20 years, if you've been an $80,000 a year resident DJ at a club, then I don't think you have much room to talk shit about the kids coming up getting gigs and stuff like that. Because guess what? You've been a 20-year, $80,000 a year DJ at a club. If you're so damn good, then you should be a $500,000 a year DJ at a club in Miami. And don't say it's because I never wanted to move to Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not true.
Yo, big shout out to our guest today, Mile High, who actually did the right thing by putting himself into the scene, finding a niche to, find his way into it. And that's what it's about, is finding your avenue to provide the value. And Mile High did that, guys. So big ups, 20-second late clap for our guy, Mile High, our guest this day.
Man, I don't know if I can get it in before the end of the show.
That's okay. And we can always take claps because we got a outro. Our other host, DJ Embrace. We got Rave Daddy Robbie in the building. Myself, DJ Ketone Volume, who was gracious enough to bring in espresso martini.
Yes.
She held our guests outside.
Very nice to me. Always a pleasure to be here with everybody.
She kept us in line with our show.
Should they continue on the contest throughout the rest of the week?
Yeah, the contest is running until Thursday at noon. So please be sure to go and like the post on Instagram, share it, tag 3 of your friends, follow Humble House Records and Houseology Live and Bay Care Sound, which we should roll a promo before we roll our outro one more time of our commercial with our sponsor, which is Bay Care Sounds. You love me, man.
Yeah.
We one more time, and then we'll
prep
go
me
on
for
our
this,
outro.
sir. You got to prep me for this.
I'm
I'm
right
gonna
now.
put myself on camera so people can see my discombobulation.
Disdain.
My disdain. I did. That's what I was looking for. My disdain. I'm just gonna go like this real quick so we can. All right. But So you're going to hear one more time about the Elderbrook commercial.
Yes.
And then we will see you all next week. Thanks so much, everybody.
Yes, sir. Livy, baby, next week.
Tuning in.
Perfect.
Peace.
Electronic musician and DJ Elderbrook makes his Clearwater debut at the Bay Care Sound with support from Eli and Fur and Jarrow for the Another Touch North American Tour on Saturday, May 10th. Hear hits from Elderbrook's Another Touch album, including Places, Glad I Found You, Shallow Water, and more. Tickets on sale now. Visit thebaycaresound.com, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience.
Wrapping it up for this week's show. Tune in next Monday at 6 p.m. for the best up-to-date info on EDM news, culture, and gossip on the Houseology Live show.
Humble House Radio.